Okay, so here's how I went to Hawaii with dreads and left without dreads. Because after I posted that video and like all the pictures and stuff, even putting a little bit of it on my social media stories, people were like messaging me and DMing me like, how did you get your dreads out without fucking up your hair or having to cut them out? Okay, so let me explain. This is what my dreads look like. My dreads were finger coil dreads, like basically like when someone uses like a rat tail comb and twist all the way down. They were never braided, they were never like two strand twist, they were never like crochet dreads, they were always like just finger coiled. So what I would do is, also I'm biracial, I think I should say that, because my hair is like I don't know what the hair pattern you would call it, but it's kind of wavy, kind of fluffy, kind of afro-ish. I don't really know what the pattern that you would call it. I would say like 1C or like 2C, something like that. Definitely in the C family, but high up. The lady who did my locks had been doing locks for over 10 years. She was very good at locks. We chose this style of locks because I really thought it was pretty. She said my hair was going to be really, really hard to lock, and I never wanted my hair to fully lock. So what I did was I would spray this in my hair constantly. I would also condition my hair a lot, and I would also use this comb to kind of keep the ends of my hair always loose and curly. If you look at my locks, the ends are always loose. They're always loose. Even though they're twisted, they're always loose. So on top of this lady saying that my hair would be really hard to lock, once it was a little tangled, I would keep conditioning it though. Like here's my locks at like full locked, like they were pretty locked in, but they're still loose. Like I could stick my finger through my locks. And like I said, I would spray oil on them to keep them soft. She said because I was biracial, and I had just gotten them, that it was going to be hard for it to fully lock. And like I said, I never wanted them to lock. All of a sudden, after having them for months and months and months, I started detangling them by spraying more argan oil and more like hair oil in general. I started conditioning them more. I started like slowly combing them out very steadily while I was in Hawaii. I was in Hawaii for 8 days. So basically, this whole process takes course over like 9 to 10 days, because I also did it while I was on the flight. I would like slowly pick at the ends of my hair, but I always used a lot of conditioner, a lot of oil, a lot of water. But my hair was never fully locked to begin with. I have to say that. I feel like it's really important to say that even though my hair looked locked, and it was locked, like it was very tedious, very tiring to get my locks out. I had to pick and comb, but it was never fully locked, especially an inch at the end was loose curly hair. Anyway, to keep my hair separated once I got the lock fully untangled and detangled and everything like that, I would just braid it. And then I would oil it, and then I would comb it back out. And it was a very slow process. I would do it late at night. Anyway, so this is what my hair looked like when I took out all of the locks. When I took out all of the braids that used to be locked and I washed it. Did I lose hair? Yes, there were clumps of hair on the bottom of my aunt's shower, but I retained length. My hair was very long, still stayed long, but I did lose a good amount of hair. But my hair was long so I guess it was the same length as when I started, to be honest. But you can see like through my hair where those patches that I did lose it. This was the last day of me being in Hawaii. This was me at the airport headed home. This was me when I had gotten back home for like a few months or whatever, and my hair was doing fine. It was honestly very healthy. It got way longer. I trimmed it a little bit because I was kind of getting sick of it. Anytime I say I was getting sick of how long it was, like I love having long hair, but I've had long hair since I was a kid. Like my hair used to touch my ass and it grows. Like, so I'm not pressed about cutting it. Anyway, so yeah, this was my hair. It was still very healthy. I kept it very oily. I would like, not overly oily, but I would make sure it was moisturized. I would still wash it. It did suffer some damage from me taking it out of locks, but it was fine. I maintained it. I kept up with it. I went to see hair specialists. I made sure my mom was helping me. She was like very helpful during this process. I tried not to straighten it too much. I'm still like that. I only straighten my hair once every 6 months because I don't want to fuck up my hair. And honestly, I don't really care to have straight hair. I like having very curly hair. All of these pictures were taken within like a month. So what I would do is I would straighten my hair, and then when it started to get frizzy again, I would just corn roll it and then brush it, and it would go right back to straight with a little bit of spray. This is when I cut my hair. My hair was going way past my boobs, and then I just cut it because I was like, just wanted to try something new. And this is my hair now. So it's still healthy for the most part. I haven't taken that good of care of it, if I'm gonna be honest. Do I regret taking my dreads out? No, I don't regret it. Do I miss my dreads now? Yes. I'm so glad I got to have my curly long hair and like play with it and dye it and have all these different hairstyles with having loose hair. It really was fun to like dye my hair black, cut it, then let it grow down, dye it a goldish color. Like it was all fun and whatever. But I do miss my locks now. Now that I'm 27, I really do miss my locks. I want my finger coil locks, whatever they're called, back. Yeah, I took my locks out when I was like 19 or 20, and now that I'm 27, I just miss them. I miss how easy it was to do my hair. I just wake up and I just go about my day. This is basically what my locks used to look like. This wasn't me, obviously, but this is what they used to look like, locked at the top, loose at the bottom. I just miss how freeing, and it was like so much cheaper to have locks too. I miss them. I live in Los Angeles. If you know someone who does locks, please DM me. I miss them so much.